It's that one. How about now? There we go. Alright. We are going to take a look at this SmartEnum package. And basically go through some pull requests, fix some issues, test some things, maybe publish a new version. It's accumulated 31 issues since I last published an update, and a bunch of pull requests. Basically, a lot of these are dependabots, and I automatically just merge the ones that are like, a patch version, but if it's a full version update, I want to be a little more careful about merging it. So let's try this protobufnet update. It says all the tests are passing, but now it also says it has conflicts. Let's see if we can fix this real quick. So SmartEnum needs to get a 201. Yeah, okay. And protobuf there. So we really just want to say get rid of that, get rid of that, and that, and that, and that. And that'll do the trick. So I'll mark that as resolved, commit the merge. Now it's got the latest of each, and let's just do it. Since I'm actively working on this, and it's not going to publish any of these things, I'm going to merge a few of them, and then bring everything in locally with a few of them, and test it locally and make sure everything's still good. That just seems faster. This is going to be pretty much the same. Yeah. Get rid of the old version of that. Get rid of the... Nope, not quite like that. Get rid of that, and get rid of that. Now, since that seems to be a common one, I'm going to go ahead and try this this one here. Which is the next one anyway. Assuming it has anything left to do. It's got a whole bunch of these same deals. 201, that one it's happy with, but 1203 it wants instead of that one. So that's fine. This is life as an open source maintainer these days. You want to try and keep things up to date. Alright, so I want SmartEnum 201. Why is this a conflict? Oh, because I switched the order. Because I'm an idiot. There we go, that's better. And this is going to be the same deal. So I just want to get rid of all that. Latest version of protobuf, latest version of SmartEnum. Looks all good. Get those three. And merge it. Alright. I can delete that branch. What are we down to on PRs? Well, we may as well just... Well, that's probably enough without testing anything. Let's do some local tests. So here we are. Let's make sure we get latest. I think it got latest. Committed. Alright, good. Up to date. Alright, so let's run all our tests. Did my tweet go out? Yep, alright, cool. Aborting test run due to build failures. Well, that's not good. Okay. MessagePack has apparently changed significantly. That's unfortunate. So what version of MessagePack did we just jump to? MessagePack unit tests, composite resolver, MessagePack resolvers. That's not really helping. Let's see what here. Composite resolver. I wish this would just copy the actual error name. This does not help at all. Alright. SmartEnum.MessagePack, which is here. Composite resolver, which is defined in MessagePack. There. And there. So 2285. And if we look at my Git history on this thing, because I just updated it, Git view history, bump MessagePack 1911 to 2.2. Okay, let's go find $20 million downloads. Apparently I was pretty far out of date though, huh? Okay, let's go to the project site. Issues. Anything about breaking changes? Where did I find release notes? Breaking changes, blah blah blah. Okay. I think I'm way behind on this. I never added this project anyway though. Somebody in the community did. So now I just have to figure out what I need to do to fix it. Breaking. This release. Alright, well. You have any docs for this thing? New packages, quick start. Migration, there we go, that's what I want. If you're using MessagePack 1.x, check out how to update to our new broken version. Many breaking changes, yep. Binary and source, meaning you may need to update your source code, yeah. So, okay. MessagePack serializer options, class becomes a first class citizen. Because this new class tends to get saved at public static, it's immutable. Alright, so let's take a look at that side by side with one of these errors. MessagePack 2JSON does not contain a 2JSON. MessagePack serializer. Dot deserialize. Translates the given JSON to MessagePack. What do you do? Byte. Byte array. Joe Suave 83, how's it going? There. Dun, 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 dun. Should be. Why does that not work? Alright, you didn't have a 2JSON. MessagePack serializer. Let's just go find the source for this thing. MessagePack dot MessagePack serializer. Alright. You're right there. Okay, so you have V1 and V2. Interesting. Neither one of those is MessagePack serializer though. Alright, now I'm just confused. MessagePack serializer, CS, does not actually contain a class called MessagePack serializer. That's great. That's the benchmark though. Fine. How about here? Here? Serializer of T, is this it? There we go, alright. The plus typeless, I guess, threw off the search. Alright, so in here, you have, you're just a partial. Right, what happened to JSON? That's what used to work. This is from 4 years ago. Shoot. Alright, well, let's see if this tells me anything about. So, serialize this thing with options, MessagePack, deserialize graph. Okay, that's really all I want to do. So I just need the options. Now expose public static options property. Resolve allow private options. Right, this is just a test. Serialize, deserialize, right? I'm doing the opposite of that. I'm doing deserialize and then serialize. So if I take these, and I throw them over here, do something like that. MessagePack compression is something. I want to take and serialize test instance. And I want to deserialize my graph back into test instance. Right? But that's not its type. Its type is, what are you? Test class. Which probably I could infer, but apparently not. Okay, so then deserialized graph dot should dot be what? You started out as JSON string? Deserialize the byte, and we were doing to JSON here. Now we're deserializing. Huh. So where do I get this JSON string? It's right there. I must have overwritten what was there before. was just that. That's what I started with. Okay. Serializes the value. Okay, so here's our thing. Here we serialize it. We deserialize it. And we verify what? Message equals down here. Our message is serializing test instance. And we expect a 2JSON message. And it should be JSON string. JSON string is this property. Instance, instance, instance. Alright. I think deserialized graph should be the thing we serialized, right? Test class. Why is this starting from a byte array? Because we deserialized that from a byte array of message. This message we serialized, which used to just go straight to byte array. And we took a byte array and we converted it to JSON. So how do I do a MessagePack to JSON is still the question. No. There. Why is that in my way? Alright. Converting methods. Okay, here's what we want. So now there's a convert to and convert from JSON. So if I get the binary, I can do a convert to JSON instead of this. So I can say serialize that to some byte array. And then I can say MessagePack serializer, pack serializer, convert to JSON. That's what we want. MessagePack dot should dot be JSON string. That's all I want. Okay. No way I can run this though, because I still have too many other broken things. Boom, too many errors. Alright. But that compiles at least, so let's get rid of all this other junk. We'll keep the original. Let's make this message just to be consistent, and let's go find some other errors. I think I'm going to need these options every time. So let's go over to here, composite resolver register. Alright, let's look for that. No. Okay. Instead of resolver register, now you seem to want to be a create. And 1x can only be used once, mutate a static property, and 2x no longer mutates any statics. That's going to be safe for many colors. This often removes the need for you to define your own iFormatter resolver. Do I have a resolver? I don't think I do. So if you've written a custom formatter and you want to use that in addition to what the standard resolver offers, you can easily compose an aggregate resolver like this. So my composite resolver here, which was static, now I can create my own resolver, and in my options I can say use my resolver. Okay. So that's in the constructor. I need to set that resolver to something, right? Let's put it here. private read-only. What do you return? iFormatter resolver. The resolver is equal to that. Options, blah blah blah. Alright, and one of the options was .standard.with resolver. With that .with resolver. So it's like a builder. Alright, if we take those same options and we put them down here, maybe that helps, but this still doesn't work. Oh, because that's static. Why would that be static? Let's just make it not static. Alright, now you'll run every time. You were static because the thing used to be static. Okay. I'm learning how MessagePack works. Alright, composite resolver, this one's going to be the same. Make it not static. Make it create. Create my own one of these. And set it. And then create some options. That. Options. Options. This is now convert to JSON. And my serialize is now going to take options. But deserialize doesn't take options, or does it? Convert to JSON. I'm not doing a deserialize. Convert to deserialize. Alright. So, getting closer. And, SmartEnum value formatter does not implement iMessagePack formatter.serialize. Alright, well, what changed with you? Does not exist. Okay. Where did you ever exist from? This is a sealed class that doesn't inherit from any other class. This must have been a static reference. MessagePack binary. Well, let's see if that was part of that 1.x changes that it's telling me about. MessagePack binary. Simpler signature. You no longer have to deal with raw arrays. MessagePack binary static class from v1x. The format used to write MessagePack codes is replaced with MessagePack writer and MessagePack reader. These two structs include the APIs to write and read MessagePack and to manage the underlying buffer, so you no longer need to. Alright. This looks an awful lot like my code here. Alright, so consider this formatter. After migration, it looks like this. Writer. Alright, where'd this writer come from? You're passing it in? MessagePack ref, MessagePack writer. Okay. So you changed the whole signature on us. So if I take these and we throw them in here, and instead of this, let's see what that gives us. MessagePack writer value options. writer value options. Alright, so this just needs to be TEnum value, and that gets rid of that one. MessagePack reader and options for the other one. MessagePack reader and option. Alright, so that one's already good to go. Okay, so if the value is null, write nil, otherwise write value.value. I have a value, so what's the issue? It's a byte value. What did I have before? Write nil or write a string. Ref bytes. That's the array. Alright, so instead of using write string, what do I use? Alright, v1.x, I want to see write string. This one now is MessagePack writer.write, parentheses string. Okay, so I have a reader. No, I have a writer.write string. But t value is not necessarily a string. But I could toString it. Will that work? I don't know. We'll have to run the test and find out. Deserialize. What I was doing was, if it was nil, read size equals 1. I don't know what that's doing for me. Oh, it's an outvar. Okay. I don't have an outvar anymore. Otherwise, read the string and then call this from name. Return SmartEnum whatever from name. Alright. So if it's nil, return null. So this is TEnum. TEnum deserialize the reader. Read null, return default. Alright. Otherwise, reader.read. You were just reading a string. So reader.read string. And string is header determined by blah blah blah. So var name equals byte offset read size. Okay. I have very low confidence this is going to work. Alright, so we're going to comment the old implementation out. See how close we get. MessagePack formatter. Value formatter. How is this different than... Oh, name formatter, value formatter. Got it. Alright. So I really didn't want it to be value on here. That should have been name. Alright. Okay, so then value formatter should look just like this, but with value. Pretty sure. Except that looks a lot more complicated. Oh, because it's got every different type of value it could have, whereas name is always a string. Right. Well, maybe they magically fixed it so I don't have to deal with all that stuff anymore. MessagePack binary is now MessagePack writer. Alright, so first, let's implement this interface. And we'll bring those up to the top. And serialize should be pretty simple. If value is null, writer.write nil. Okay, that's going to look a lot like this one. Otherwise, write the value. Alright, so if value is null, writer.write nil, and that's it. Else, writer.write value to value. Okay. Easy enough. Now the deserialize might be harder, or maybe not. Try read no, return default. That should work the same. Otherwise, return, and now I have to know what type it is, don't I? Return SmartEnum.from value read whatever that is. Deserialize. It's only got two methods. Why do I have these other public methods here? I don't know why I need this. 0 references to it. And this with 1 reference. Oh, there it is. Yeah, okay. So the question is, if I pass this thing a writer, alright, I think I know what I need to do. This should be kept, but instead of taking bytes offset value, it should take writer value, I think. Maybe it needs to be a ref? I don't know if it does. I don't think it does. Let's just take writer. MessagePack. If we pass it the writer, then if it's a boolean, it should be able to say writer dot write boolean bool object value. Right? No. Writer does not contain a definition for write boolean. What? Where's that table? MessagePack binary dot write. You tell me it's write bool. Where the heck is boolean? Double single byte byte. I want write bit. Alright, maybe I shouldn't have started with boolean. How about byte? That one you have. So this should be writer.write byte value. MessagePack writer does not contain definition for write byte. Okay, but you do. MessagePack write byte, MessagePack write byte. Okay, it's right there. MessagePack return write byte, type of byte, MessagePack writer. Let's leave this one aside for a moment. And look at this one. If type of value is type of byte, return writer.write byte. Yeah, you really don't have right byte, do you? Why is that? Version 2.2. You have just a write method that takes all those things. That's the deal. These all say write. Alright, yeah. I screwed that up. Okay, so it's simpler than I thought. I don't have to write bool. I don't have to write byte. I just have to write. So you're just a write, and you're just a write, and you've got the right stuff. Now why are you not happy? Write to bool value cannot convert void to int. Yeah, because I'm trying to return this thing. Why am I returning? Because this thing wanted to return before, but now it doesn't need to. So now this can just be void. And we can say that, which doesn't like. And unfortunately, I think the cleanest way to do this is going to be like this. Is there an easier way to do that? I mean, this could all just be a switch, couldn't it? There's got to be a pattern matching way to do this. Let's try that. Switch value, t value. It's all t value, isn't it? Switch t value case t value as bool. Will that work? I guess I have to say type of t value as bool. Is that gonna work? Label of t value as bool. Type of t value. Thank you, SBI Taxi. Let's see. I could do this. These two things. Copy paste doesn't work. Come on. Copy paste. There we go. Case default throw. Alright. If not valid as a pattern, use another literal. To match everything, use a discard pattern. Case discard? Is that a pattern? I don't seem to quite have the syntax right. Let's see. Pattern matching switch C#. So, none of those are what I want. Let's try this one. Philip Ekberg. Pattern matching. Fruit is. Maybe I need is instead of as. Switch on fruit. Case apple. Alright, let's see if I do that with the type. Alright. So if I say switch on value, and I say case, case bool, boolean, then we can say writer.write, and I don't need to do the boolean cast here. I could just say case boolean. I just write the boolean. Yeah? And that's it. And then here I just say object discard shouldn't get here, right? What if the switch was on type of t-value instead of each case? Like I tried doing switch type of, but I think this is the pattern matching way to do it based on here. I haven't used these pattern matching switches very much yet, but I think that seems to at least compile, right? Now the nice thing is that I can combine this switch and, well, is it that, can I? What if I if I comment that out, that should just fall through and hit all these, but I don't want to have to retype all these. So let's just get this one right. All right, so keep that there, and I guess I don't need curly brackets or anything here. No, I could just break on each of these and then return at the end. So if I get here, of course I don't even need to return, it's just going to end. Yeah, okay, so then let's do a byte. So the next one is case byte my byte writer.write. Stop helping. Writer dot write my byte break. Right, so I can just do it that way all the way down. So I need s byte short, u short, int, da 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 da. Okay, so we've got this one, we've got this one. Let's keep going. So we'll copy that, and we'll make this s byte, s byte, s byte, and that takes care of this. And then we'll do short, 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 short. This is really tedious. Alright. I wish there were a faster way to do this, but this seems to be about as good as it gets. So if you're watching this later on YouTube, you could just, fast forward a little bit. U short gets rid of U short. We have int and uint. Let's just do those together. So I've got int my int and uint my uint. Okay. And we got long and ulong. Alright, so I'll grab these. My long. I can refactor. This is u long, my u long refactor. Look at that. So I'm getting a little bit faster. And float and double. Alright, let's do those two together. Float. No, control dot. Now you won't let me do it. I was too fast on the click. Double, control dot, rename. Alright, and then we've got that. And now we're finally done with the write, I think. This doesn't need to be public though, so let's make that private. Nothing needs to call it. And this becomes, instead of writer.write, because that's down there, this just becomes write. Really, this dot write. This dot write needs the writer though. I'm still not sure why this needs to be a ref. I'm not seeing that. I think this should just work. Okay, this deserialized now. Where are you red? Oh, because I don't return, not all paths return. Alright, so did that. There's my read for all the different things. This is what I was doing, and then I was reading that. So I want to return something from value read. So return SmartEnum of TEnum, comma TValue, dot from value read, and then what's the read need to look like? Reader.read whatever. Okay. And I'll pattern match that again, I guess. MessagePack, right. Those are all rights. I don't see the reads. Okay. You're saying the reads MessagePack binary now becomes MessagePack reader read. Okay, so these are going to be basically the same. So this is going to need the reader and what? Just the reader? It just needs the reader. Okay, so you need a reader, and that means this one down here can be private, and it could take in a reader, and it can return. It can switch on. You can't really switch on the reader though, can it? Let's see. Return read boolean if type of t value. There's the t value. Okay. Right. So I can switch on type of t value, or switch on. Can I switch on t value itself? So I don't have a value. So I almost need to say. This doesn't give me any message passing though. Type of, or sorry, not message passing. This doesn't give me pattern matching. That's what I wanted to say. Switch type of t value case bool colon return reader.read boolean whatever. That's all you take now, right? There's nothing else. Okay. An expression of type cannot be. So do I have to say type of bool here? There's a lot of type ofing. It has to be a constant. Don't like that. Alright. Why does that not work? An expression of type. It thinks it's a pattern. Do I have to just leave it as ifs? I thought there'd be a switch way to do this same thing. Alright, so if we don't do the switch, and we stick with the ifs, then all this has to be is reader dot read boolean period. And that's easy enough. We're going to convert it into an object, and then we're going to convert it again into a t value, I guess. But it seemed to work before, so let's just do that. And then this. that can go away too. The out parameter reach size. What? Oh, this is the old one. Don't need that anymore. This one, though, looks good now. Alright, so did we get it? Case bull my bull. Build failed. Okay, well, but not because of that. So you're saying on this one, I needed to give it something, a value to drop the pattern into, like I did above, and that was my issue. Well, that didn't work either, though. It's alright, we got the if statement working, so let's just do that. And assembly MessagePack with identifier blah uses 2.2, which is a higher version, and referenced assembly MessagePack with identity MessagePack 1.9. Okay, I see 2285, 2285. Where's what other one? This one says 220. 1.0.80, 1.9.00. I would like to edit the project file. Man, okay, well, let's try. Let's try opening it in VS Code. Alright, I don't know why Visual Studio won't let me look at this. Alright, so you're 2285, you're 201, that's all fine. Alright, let's try restarting Visual Studio. And let's just rebuild everything just to be safe. Rebuild failed because same thing in SmartEnum benchmarks. Oh, well, that's good to know. Where's SmartEnum benchmarks? Up here. Benchmarks. All you do is reference the other projects. So one of these other projects has a different version of SmartEnum? I'm confused. SmartEnum MessagePack. So this one's got an old one somehow. Why? Because my actual SmartEnum dot MessagePack here has 2285, and this one has 2285, and you have a different one. SmartEnum.MessagePack, SmartEnum.MessagePack. That's just that. How do I clear your cache? I'm going to have to clear my NuGet cache or something. Let's just try getting rid of the project reference. And if it's being used, it'll blow up. Typer namespace not found. Okay, so let's dependencies, add a project reference, back, SmartEnum MessagePack, okay, build again, that won't let me expand it. Shoot, it's the same error. Alright, clean the solution. Well, that's a lot of stuff that's not happy about. I thought I was making progress. Okay, now maybe I can't support net standard. Oh wait, errors all just disappeared. Alright. Assets file, benchmarks not found. Run a package restore to generate. Okay. How do I do that? Build is supposed to do that for me. Okay. Hey, now we're getting different errors. Alright. So, see if I can get those errors in here. Serialization benchmarks.cs. Line 76. Okay, so global MessagePack resolvers, composite resolver, it's global setup. I can't do that in global setup anymore. I don't think, because my MessagePack thing has to be set to a resolver, like I did in my tests. And then that's the only error. So, where do we actually do name MessagePack? It's right there. But I need that to be options that my resolver uses. So my tests for MessagePack formatter should say something like resolver equals create with resolver options. Alright. So I can just go that's static. Can I do this all globally? Let's try it. We'll see if we can. Alright, so var resolver equal all that with a create, and then var options equal var options equal maybe that standard resolver allow private options with don't care about compression with some resolver. You can be commented out now. Okay. Now I've got the resolver. Now new MessagePack can be serialized with options. size value. Alright, so I think that helped. Let's make sure that saves. Let's rebuild. Still one failed. Alright. Don't like that. That's fine, I'm not using that anyway. Hey, everything's good. Alright, well, let's see if we can run some tests. What did we break? That took a long time. There's a reason why I don't update SmartEnum serializers every day. And the test broke. Alright, great. Yeah. Create a branch. Tests are failing, but at least we can build. Let's save our progress. Alright, what exactly is going on here? Could not load type Microsoft any framework and structure blah 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 from assembly blah 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 blah. Really? Did we get rid of IDB context options extension with debug info? Whatever the heck that is? This is fixed with version 6 preview. Okay. Remove the package SQL Server.design. Am I using that? I don't know. This is in SmartEnum EF Core. SmartEnum EF Core. You have SQL Server.design? No. Could not load this type version 3. Breaking change for 3. To use EF Core 3, you need a provider. See, this thing has only existed with 5, so I'm confused. It builds fine, but the test fails. Okay, so on this test, we try and connect to an in-memory data store. I don't see what even failed. Stack trace, SQLite DB, line 15. Milliseconds this time. Alright, so this is a SQLite problem. We got a different error this time. No, we don't. Same error. Type load exception, blah blah blah, from blah blah blah. So do I need a SQLite assembly? I had to install preview 6 of 3.0. That's crazy. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to need a SQLite package. That just seems like it makes sense. More proxies for lazy loading. That one could also do it. SmartEnum, integration test, dependencies, packages, EF core design, EF core SQLite. What is that 224 and that's 509? Those seem like they ought to match. Gotta be an update for SQLite, right? Look at that, 509. Let's try that first. Or accept. And we may as well update our XUnit runner. Alright, and let's just run this test again. That's something. That's commit worthy. Fix EF core SQLite test failure due to old NuGet package. Push. Alright, run everything again. That protobuf was failing also, and I wonder if that's another version thing. Let's see if it needs any updates. I had 6 failing tests. And apparently I have 6 failing tests. So 4 and 2 and... I'm not sure how their math is working here. Alright, there we go. Okay, protobuf unit test. Let's just first see manage NuGet packages. Let's see if they have any updates. I'm betting they do, but apparently they don't. Alright, so what is the error with protobuf? Expected result to be syntax equal proto2, blah 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 blah, but syntax is proto3. Well, okay, everything else looks the same now, doesn't it? That's easy enough. Schema validation. Test enum boolean. schema string probably ought to be 3 now. Just gonna guess. No, not quite. So the length was 153, now the length is 144. So I'm going to pull that in a notepad so I've got a reference to it. And this required disappeared. Seems to be. That did it. Alright, and then this one here is going to be proto 3, not required, I'm guessing. Let's try that. Okay. I didn't think I'd even changed anything in protobuf, but I must have updated the version with one of those pull requests. Alright, so then that leaves us this one. Back in MessagePack. All that code I changed, none of it actually worked. Is my fear. Alright. Test class may only define a single public constructor. What? I didn't create multiple constructors, did I? Class. Whatever tests. Okay. I'm confused because that should have been test class. SmartEnum name converter tests. Name converter tests. This does not match the name here. That's annoying. I will fix that. SmartEnum value converter tests, not formatter. Okay. So find me that. 1. That's it. Okay. Find me that. 1. Is it because it used to be static? Can I get rid of the static? That must be what did it. This used to be a static constructor. Maybe I need to add public to it. Perhaps. Not sure how that will help. But let's try it. Well, I get 1 to pass. And I got a new error now. Alright, so Failed to serialize this. Formatter not registered. Not registered in resolver. Composite resolver plus caching resolver. Okay. So you deserialize it just fine. But when I tell you to use this resolver, which is the same one it used before, formatter not registered exception. It's that caching resolver I think is the issue. Serialize this value, serialize. MessagePack serializer. Alright. A lot of code here, a lot of code. Composite resolver. That's a lot of different resolvers. This is a little more recent. Not registered in the resolver. That does not seem to help me. Formatter not registered. Generate resolver and formatter using composite resolver.create name of resolver.instance. Failed to serialize. These are so hard to read. It's easier to drop them in Notepad. Can't serialize. SmartEnum name converter test class value. SmartEnum name converter test class is not registered in resolver, composite resolver, or caching resolver. Okay. That's basically what I got. Alright. Attempt to serialize. something that has an iScheduler. So that got merged. There's a fix with 1078. Okay. Dynamic object resolver. So the question is, what do I need to put in here to make it so it can do it? Because my test class doesn't have any interfaces on it. It's just right here. It's already got the decorations. This one wants this one. That one wants that one. Dun 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 dun. All four of those. They're right here. Dun 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 dun. All four of those. So what is the deal? Do I need it? Is it because of that compression thing, or I don't need that? You can deserialize, you cannot serialize. MessagePack serializer dot serialize with a writer, a value, and some options. Why is it using that resolver and not my resolver? Or do I need a resolver of the type itself? Maybe that's the issue. Do I have to roll it all up? How do I tell this resolver that it works with this type? Alright, so this is basically what I have. It says MessagePack object. Define the class to be serialized, mark it with that. Okay. Keys, other things. I can serialize it. do not want to explicitly annotate when you use MessagePack, station up more like JSON. You can make use of a contractless resolver. I don't have any private state, do I? Public, 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 public. Yeah, nothing private here. Anybody know anything about how to use MessagePack? Because I seem to be stalled here. This wonky error. SmartEnum. So my test class is not registered in the resolver MessagePack.resolvers.compositeResolver caching resolver. Failed to serialize. Right? So what is this page? Get memory? What the heck is get memory? Nope. Yeah, there's nothing on this. This is the closest one. I'm unable to serialize an undecorated class. Alright. Let's create a new issue. Come on. Why can't I copy that? That's annoying. 60100 preview 7. See what that says. Alright. Anything else breaking? Everything else is fine. So I guess, does it make any sense to do a pull request with broken tests? Probably not. Let's learn more about the composite resolver. Maybe I just don't understand how it's supposed to work. So I created all these custom ones, but I don't know that I need them. What if we just do a standard and a typeless and call it a day, right? Create your own custom composite resolver. That sounds like what I'm doing. Create a library. Recommend using the above custom instead of composite. Libraries must not use static. So it's saying I should have my own resolver like this one because I'm a library developer. Okay. Composite resolver is an easy way to create composite resolvers, but formatter lookups have some overhead. If you create a custom resolver, you can avoid this overhead. So, okay, so you're saying I should just create one of these and put it in MessagePack here. Now I have one for name, the cache. I have one for value. Okay. SmartEnum name, SmartEnum value. I don't have an iFormatter. I do have an iFormatter resolver. So public get formatter of t returns the cache. Okay. And uses reflection to create the thing. Okay. So I've got that. So then in my tests, why am I using name? Where's the value formatters? They must be in this test. Value. Alright. Value. just starting out with the wrong resolver? You're in composite resolver, built-in resolver, underscore resolver. Should I just use my resolver here directly instead of something else with it? Can I just say underscore resolver dot options? That doesn't seem right. Or composite resolver dot options? Nope. Alright, let's go back to the docs. My application resolver, blah blah blah. So I need the standard resolver along with the other ones? Maybe? So if I say standard with resolver, I need to have a standard resolver in there. Right? Standard resolver, blah 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 blah. So this then becomes standard resolver dot instance. Like that. Nope, you don't like that. Cannot convert from create instance var resolver equals 4 instances. New instance, new instance, new instance, new instance. So we can either take a bunch of resolvers as params, which I think is what I'm doing, or a bunch of formatters, or some list of formatters and some list of resolvers. Alright, so this is a resolver and these are all formatters. Whereas this was resolvers only. Okay. So what's the difference between a resolver and a formatter? SmartEnum name formatter. You're a formatter. You're a resolver. Why is my composite resolver using formatters anyway? What if this were a resolver? Without all this junk. Private, oh, it's got an instance. Of course it does. Alright, so it's a singleton. Come back. so this would just be SmartEnum name resolver.instance, comma. Stop that. Like that. And this goes away. That actually builds. And everything works like a charm. Alright, so I guess I needed the resolver, not the formatters. So the other one just needs to look like this. SmartEnum value resolver. I think like that. No, go off of there. Alright, you can go and we can run our tests. And they're not working because standard resolver, I need to change my options. No, not protobuf. Options should just be that. Come on. Gotta be close. I think I'm down to like 2 tests that don't work. They definitely don't work. Do I have a new error though? End of stream. It is a new error. This says this is resolved. MessagePack stream reader. You're doing block array compression. That's my reminder. I need to get out of here in a few minutes. Alright, so that was closed a year and a half ago. Alright, I don't know why I'm getting this error though. Is it the same for both? Read past end of stream, read past end of stream. Convert, deserialize fails, convert to JSON fails. Alright, let's check the docs one last time. Compression, I'm not even using any compression. Alright, so value converter tests fail. Create a composite resolver with SmartEnum value resolver because I'm doing this. Value resolver, value formatters. Alright, value resolver is right here. Value resolver uses value formatters. Okay. It says these are converter tests, but I don't have any converters. I have formatters and I have resolvers. I don't know why these are called converter tests. That's weird. I think that changed. Alright, so when we create this, we create a resolver. Composite resolver create, value resolver, standard resolver. There's probably no reason not to include the name resolver too, because why not? I don't see how that'll hurt. And let's just debug into this thing. I have 7 minutes. So we get to here. We have our options. Composite resolver, caching resolver. Just whatever we just created. Alright. We step over that. We get a message, which is a byte array. 148 bytes. And convert to JSON. Blows up. Tempted to read. Alright. Convert to JSON is the one that's failing. No such thing. Alright. Humph. But it works fine on the other one. Where's my test? Here we're able to convert to JSON. That works just fine. Name resolver, standard resolver. What other resolvers do you have? Typeless resolver, maybe? Surly Dev, how's it going? SmartEnum, what is it for? If you are trying to use an enum and you find yourself wanting to add additional functionality to it, like even simple things like just to be able to display it, its name appropriately in a UI with spaces and things, which enum names can't have, then SmartEnum lets you do all that. Lets you add business rules, lets you specify multiple different properties because each enum is an object, not just a primitive. And some community folks had added a bunch of serializers to the package, like MessagePack and JSON and Entity Framework and Auto Fixture and JSON and more JSON, all the different JSONs. And I'm just trying to maintain the project and pull in some pull requests and fix bugs, and I've got a new version of MessagePack that's just broken everything. And so I'm trying to fix these last couple test failures, and I'm spinning my wheels because MessagePack, when it tries to convert this thing to JSON, is going past its end of stream, which is weird because it just created this stupid thing. So when we go here, serializes or deserializes the value. Say here's our resolver. Say a standard resolver. I don't even care about private. I don't think it matters. Just say standard resolver dot options instead of that. Shouldn't matter with my resolver. Okay, run. We're going to serialize our test instance, just this new class that has these 4 properties. And we expect it to look like that when we spit it out as JSON. True 111. And they're all right here. And they all fail. Hey John, glad that's working for you. Okay, so we serialize it, and we say take this message and convert to JSON this message, a string of bytes. And it should be the same as this JSON string right here. But when it tries to convert to JSON, it runs past the end of stream. End of stream exception, attempt to read past the end of the string. It's your own code, MessagePack. What is the problem? Alright, so I got past that issue, and I have to go. I've got like 1 minute. So I had added an issue here. That's going to take forever. Here. And basically I'm going to add a new issue, I think. It's going to take me a few more minutes. Alright, I am out of time because I got to go pick up my son from soccer practice. So, let me go find my Twitch TV thing, stream manager. We will raid Rambling Geek just for fun. So, sorry I didn't get this sorted out. I'll try and create an issue with MessagePack and figure this out. Check out SmartEnum if you haven't. The current version is really stable. This is just adding some stuff for some newer versions of things. But basically, it lets you create an enum that looks something like this. so that you can say I've got 1, 2, 3, and this basically looks just like an enum would in your code, right? You can say testenum.1, testenum.2, and you can use it as a parameter on your functions or whatever. And this is all there is to set it up, right? So whereas you normally would just say public enum test enum and then tell it 1, 2, 3, you have this much code. It's still a tiny amount of code. But now you can extend it in whatever way you want, right? And you can add additional properties. You can have, bonus size and different types and names and business logic and unit tests and all that good stuff. So that's the value of using this instead of just a regular enum, if you want. With that, I am over time, so let's raid Rambling Geek and start the raid. And wish you all happy weekend, good weekend. Happy Friday. And 3, 2, 1. Have fun.